Hello friends, I have already started a series of lectures on the limit of a function. So this is the second video on the algebra of limits. So I will try to describe few basic things of limits of a function. Suppose D is a subset of R and A is a limit point of D. Then if limit of the function fx is L and limit of function gx is L prime, then we can obtain the following few results. First of all, limit extends to a where a is a limit point of D, then if plus minus g of x is nothing but addition or subtraction of the individual limits. So how can we prove that? Since limit of fx is L, then difference fx minus L is less than epsilon by 2 for all 0 less than x minus a less than some delta 1. So that means for given positive epsilon, there exists some positive delta 1. Similarly, for gx minus L prime should be less than epsilon by 2 for some delta 2. Now, we can choose delta as the infimum of delta 1 and delta 2. Then, the modulus of f plus g of x minus L plus L prime is nothing but modulus of fx minus L plus gx minus L prime. Then, using triangular inequality, we can have the following formation. Then fx minus L is nothing but epsilon by 2, gx minus L prime is nothing but epsilon by 2. Hence, ultimately, we get this difference smaller than positive epsilon. So, epsilon is an arbitrary positive number. So, we can prove this result for addition. Similarly, we can prove this result for difference of two functions, that is limit extends to a f minus g of x is nothing but L minus L prime. Now, this is the second one. Limit of a product function is the product of two individual limits. Then the modulus fx if gx minus L prime is nothing but fx minus L times gx plus L times gx minus L prime. Then using triangular inequality, we can have the following lines: mod fx minus L times mod gx plus mod L times mod gx minus L prime. Since limit gx exists, then we can have gx minus L prime is smaller than some epsilon. Then modulus gx equals to mod gx minus L prime plus L prime, which is less than epsilon plus mod L prime for all 0 less than x minus a less than delta 1. So for arbitrary epsilon, there exists positive delta 1, and we can choose this epsilon plus L prime as a number b. Then we can consider capital M as the maximum of p and mod L. Then if we choose epsilon positive, then modulus fx minus L is less than epsilon by 2m for delta 2, and gx minus L prime is less than epsilon by 2m for delta 3. Then we can consider delta as the minimum of delta 1, delta 2 and delta 3. Then our required inequality mod fx gx minus L prime is less than m times epsilon by 2m plus m times epsilon by 2m. This is nothing but epsilon. So ultimately, we can have the following result: limit if gx equals to L times L prime, that is the product of individual limits. And third one is very simple. limit extends to a lambda fx equals to lambda times L, where lambda is a non-zero constant. And if we multiply a non-zero constant to a function, then limit will be unchanged and the non-zero constant will be multiplied with the individual limits. What about the quotient function? So limit extends to if by g of x is nothing but L by L prime, where necessary condition is that gx should be non-zero. So this is left to you to prove the result. I can give a small idea. First, we have to prove that limit 1 by gx equals to 1 by L prime. So the difference 1 by gx minus 1 by L prime equals to ratio of gx minus L prime by mod gx into mod L prime, which is less than epsilon. We have to prove this. So first of all, we can consider that k equals to half of mod L prime. So easily the difference gx minus L prime will be less than k, or 0 less than x minus a less than delta 1. And using triangular inequality, modulus of mod gx minus mod L prime should be less than k. Then mod gx should be greater than half of mod L prime for the same delta 1. Now next we have to consider this difference gx minus L prime. Suppose epsilon is a positive number, then this difference should be less than half of mod L prime square times epsilon for some x minus a less than delta 2. So this is the new one, this is the previous one. So taking the minimum of delta 1 and delta 2, we can find that this difference is less than epsilon for such delta. Then this result will be proved that limit extends to a 1 by gx equals to 1 by L prime. Then this quotient function f by gx is nothing but the product of fx and 1 by gx. Then this limit will be limit fx times 1 by gx, and limit fx is L and limit 1 by gx is 1 by L prime. So our required result will be proved.